This was my problem with Leo Santa Cruz last night. When you get hit, you know you got hit.
Yeah.
Get the hell out of there.
As a professional at that level, you're supposed to recognize what you got hit with, and you're supposed to do what it takes to not get hit with that again.
And Leo never tried to wrap up with nothing.
So it's one of those things, one time, shame on me. 2 times, it's all on you.
Yeah.
And in this fight, that knockout was all on Leo. There were multiple times where, okay, you said, well, maybe he didn't get hit with that many uppercuts. But the punch that Tank went to the entire fight was the uppercut.
Yeah.
He kept throwing it.
It was the uppercut. Eventually, he moved on to some other offensive tactics, the jab
sitting there.
and things like that. But the uppercut, I mean, you could see him leaning back.
Yeah.
Even when he
he's
put
a
the earmuffs
southpaw.
on.
Yeah.
Even
Put the earmuffs on. You knew what was coming.
So when you see that punch is the punch that he's gonna go to,
Yeah.
you do what you have to do to stay off of the line.
For sure.
And I thought that even though I thought he was eating a lot of those uppercuts. I thought even the uppercuts that were close, those were moments where I'm like, okay, like smarten up from
He's
that.
there. Yeah, it's
Smarten up from that. Like
Yeah.
give him a different look.
Kind of like you mentioned with Lomachenko and Teofimo, where you were saying even if Teofimo's jabs are hitting his gloves, it shows you I'm close. Like I can get you with this.
Yeah.
So even if Tank is missing by a little bit on that uppercut,
Yeah.
you're not that far off. And shout out to Tank. That knockout. So in that exchange, he wears a couple punches. And man, when he started to turn
was
towards that
too
side,
much.
It was.
I think we all
I didn't even
knew.
look at you, but we had the same thought.
The
It was
second
too much.
He leaned that when Tank he did that little lean. I was like, oh,
You should have leaned with it.
it was bad news bears.
Yeah.
And he was thankfully Leo's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I got worried out
For a
that,
second,
man.
yeah. Thankfully,
I didn't.
shout out to Shawn
didn't?
Zattel.
Why even going
Yeah.
that? Yeah.
Shout out to Shawn Zattel though. He got to
yeah.
talk to him, catch up with him.
Yeah.
The next today, that he's good. But yeah, that Tank.
That's why they call him Tank.
You can't.
That
you
was a
can't teach that. You can't.
He got power.
That's just you got.
He got
You got a
power.
bomb.
You know who threw that uppercut? Zab Judah.
Okay.
Zab had timing like no other, especially when he was at the top of his game. And one of his go-to punches was that slip uppercut. And he would lean guys a lot like Tank did last night. Tank, I think, made it look even better.
Yeah.
Because, and we said this, oh my God, I looked at you, I was like, this is that point where he's not going to take any steps back.
Yeah, Sean said.
And
And my mind was, this is the point that changes the fight. Either
I
knocks him
wasn't-
out or Tank started
Right,
getting washed.
And I wasn't saying that to let y'all know, oh, I know what I'm talking about. Remember we taught you, you're like, none of us is that close to this fight. We're not connected. I've known Leo, like we've been tight for a minute.
Yeah.
we was
And
hyped.
We've been tight for a minute. So, I mean, I'm even feeling it today. That was a tough loss for a warrior.
Yeah.
And for me to see him go out the way that he did, that was tough for me to see.
For sure.
It was tough for my dad to see.
Yeah.
You know, we had our minute, we talked about it and all that kind of stuff. But that uppercut is nothing to play with.
No.
It's a matter of timing from the offensive standpoint, and then from the defensive standpoint, you don't see it.
Yeah.
And that's my thing is the thing I thought about last night when everything was all over was everyone talks about Danny Garcia's no look left hook.
Yeah.
Great punch, especially because it's a hook. It comes from the side of the head, so a lot of times you don't see it.
Blind spot.
A lot of times with him, you're being offensive,
Yeah.
and you just don't have the timing to get out of the way of that.
Yeah.
I knew that was his punch going into the fight. He hit me with it 3 times.
Oh, yeah, he hit you clean a couple times.
For like 4 max.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I knew what I needed to do. For number one, to not allow him to set that punch up. He's got to have his feet set. I'm giving up all this shit to throw
Hey,
that
chill out.
punch.
We might have rematches, bro. Like somebody was saying, hey, y'all be giving up all Sean stuff. I'm like, yeah, you right.
But I wouldn't allow him to set that up.
Yeah.
Again, from Leo's standpoint, preparation, you had to have known A lot of times, southpaws left uppercut is their punch, right check hook is their punch, and the straight left is their punch. You got to be prepared for some of that stuff.
Yeah.
So again, early in the fight when he's throwing it, he landed it a couple times, starts circling and getting off of the line of that punch.
Yeah.
And I think that was the biggest mistake that Leo did in the fight.
Don't tell me you didn't enjoy what you saw, because I know you did. What you need to do now, hit that subscribe button, hit the like, hit that notification button. Check us out every week, every Tuesday, something new for you right here on the Porter Way Podcast.